with the All-Star break still in effect, here's a few forwards I look to sell and trade this week. The first forward, Paul George of the Philadelphia 76ers. So Paul George, it's been a down year in his first year in Philadelphia, and he missed a lot of games as well early in the year. So on the season for George, 16.1 points a game, 5.3 boards, 4.4 assists, 1.8 steals, 2.3 threes, and 42% from the field. So I know George, he's at the lowest value he could be right now. But I just believe this Sixer team, they're going to shut it down a little bit towards the end of the year. Right now, 20-33 during this All-Star break. Obviously, they're still in the hunt for that 10th seed and playing game is a Sixer team. But Paul George, he definitely hasn't done much all year. And like I said, majority of the season injuries he's dealt with. And that's been a main thing year in and year out. And the last couple weeks, 10.2 points a game, 3.2 boards, 2.8 assists, 2.2 steals, a block, 1.8 threes, and 39% from the field. His numbers, scoring the basketball, went down from last season to this year, George. His rebounding's the same. His assists are actually up 0.9 from last season on average, and his steals are up 0.3. But like I said, Paul George, he hasn't done much, I believe, for fantasy owners, where I think he could turn this around right away with this 76er team. And maybe this Clipper team was right not to give him the max, knowing that his best years were behind him, George, but a lot of wear and tear on body and the injury concerns. February 9th in Milwaukee, 12 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, a block, 2 threes, 50% from the field. February 11th versus the Raptors, 14 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 41% from the field. And February 12th, in a ball game where no excuses at the Nets, he only had 2 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 14% from the field, and he did play 37 minutes in that game. So I don't know what it is with Paul George. Maybe he's on the decline. Like I said, and this Clipper team saw it coming, and that's why they didn't want to give him the max deal. But right now, I don't know if he's going to turn things around. And this Sixer team, like I said, all season long, it's been a tough year with injuries and just poor play. So he's a forward I would sell this week. The next forward, LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. So he called out at the All-Star game an hour before the game was going to start, was LeBron saying he's not confident in his ankle or foot holding up for this game. But we'll see with LeBron James. I think maybe he just wanted out, and that was it, where he's been playing majority of these games over the last month and a half on the year. 24.3 points a game, 7.7 boards, 9 assists, 2.2 threes, and 51% from the field. In the last couple weeks, numbers up even more, 27.5 a game, 9.5 boards, 8 assists, 1.5 steals, 3.8 threes, and 55% from the field. So if he's injured or not, LeBron, I think he's thinking his body might not hold up where this Laker team he thinks has a chance to win the title after making this Luka Doncic deal. And LeBron's been putting up numbers, but now I believe with injury concerns and at 40 years old, one little tweak, he could be out for a while as LeBron is why I would sell him. And we've seen over the last couple seasons, down the stretch in fantasy basketball, he's out a decent amount of games. February 6th versus the Warriors, 42 points, 17 boards, 8 assists, a steal, a block, 6 threes, 56% from the field. February 8th, he missed that game. February 10th versus Jazz, 24 points, 7 boards, 8 assists, a steal, 3 threes, 58% from the field. And February 12th at the Jazz, 18 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, a steal, 4 threes, 46% from the field. So LeBron, another great season, no doubt about it, at 40 years old stat-wise. But the body holding up, I think, is a concern for him. Because, you know, LeBron, he's a guy that likes the attention. And, of course, he wanted to play in the All-Star game. So maybe part of him is banged up. Or he's just being extra cautious and knows one big tweak he could go down. But either way, if he's not that confident, LeBron, I don't think fantasy owners should, for many reasons, with the injury concerns, his age, and obviously Doncic, now that he's going to get the playbook down and just about almost 100% with more rest during this All-Star break. I think LeBron takes a little bit of a hit, his fantasy value. And the third and final forward I look to sell and trade this week, Christian Braun, Denver Nuggets. So Braun, he's had a great season, no doubt about it, this year. But also, as well, his numbers have been up a bit of late, with Michael Porter missing some games. On the year, 15 a game, 5.1 boards, 2.2 assists, 1.1 steals, a 3, and 57% from the field. But the last couple of weeks, like I mentioned, especially the games Porter's missed, 19.2 points a game, 7.7 boards, 4.2 assists, 1.5 steals, and 59% from the field. So over the last couple seasons, he's definitely developed and been a solid role player for this Denver Nugget team. Is Braun. February 8th at Phoenix, 18 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, a block, a 3, 46% from the field. February 10th versus Portland, 26 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, a block, 85% from the field. And February 12th Versus Portland, once again, 21 points, 10 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, a block, 2 threes, 53% from the field. So his minutes have skyrocketed over the last 2 weeks here. In the mid to high 30s, at least, it's been for Christian Braun. But like I said, if Michael Porter is back in the lineup, his scoring's going to take a hit. His minutes are probably going to drop in that 25-30 minute range, where the last few games he's logging 35-plus minutes, 4 games in a row is Christian Braun. So with all those factors, and like we said, now with the All-Star break, teams are going to regroup and guys are going to get healthier. I think Braun's a great role player, but I just believe consistency game in and game out isn't going to be there for fantasy owners. And right now, well, he's at peak value. He's a sell this week, so that's a few forwards I look to sell and trade during this All-Star break for the fantasy basketball season.